showing to you, Pisces, you have the you have the Wheel of the Year, Power of 3, and Awaken Your Magic. I told you that I was going to be changing. I told you that I was going to show my versatility, right? You see me plenty of times do readings with, a certain formatted deck. Now you're starting to see me make the transition into Oracle decks as well. So I'm showing you that I can read all kinds of tarot decks. It's not just one type. So I'm showing my versatility. So a lot of you, Pisces, the Wheel of the Year is basically the equivalent of the Wheel of Fortune. So it kind of represents a lot of you Pisces planning long term for your success, not just financially, emotionally, and mentally, but also romantically as well. The Wheel of Fortune, and then you have the Power of 3 and Awaken Your Magic. Some of you Pisces are going to go to a more spiritual route. Pisces represents spirituality anyway. Pisces could represent religion. Hold on. Pisces can represent religion, but for the most part, religion is more so of a Sagittarius thing. Pisces is more of a spiritual thing. That's part of the reason why Pisces, Sagittarius shares a planet in Jupiter, right? And what I'm trying to show you here is a lot of you Pisces are making very powerful moves, decisions, very powerful moves, very powerful decisions that will put you in a position where you're putting yourself in a position where you Aquarius are going to have to become stronger. And what I mean when I say stronger, I'm talking about it from the perspective of you're doing things that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily think that you would do in particular. But in general, a lot of people don't normally do. And what I mean by that is you Pisces are very aware of dating. There's a sense of not being ruled or controlled by people that look good or tell you that they love you or in relationships with you, and then the next thing you know, things start going badly, right? And this is what the Wheel of the Year represents. It represents you not doing this again, you breaking this karmic, whatever, dysfunctional, this karmic dysfunctional cycle. You're breaking it so that you don't have to experience what you are getting out of. And the Power of 3, right? The Power of 3 is a reference to like magic, much more specifically Wiccan sorcery. But what most people, especially who get into that world, would call the Power of 3, which is like, yes, 3 magicians, but also the number 3 and what it means. But the Power of 3 also represents, whatever it is that you do will fall back on you 3 times, right? That Wiccan ideology, that magic Wiccan ideology. But again, over here we don't rock with karma, because karma is not, and I've proven it before. Karma doesn't exist. I've proven it. But point that I'm trying to make here with this is there's a lot of powerful changes that you Pisces have chosen to make that is going to that you're putting yourself in a position where, again, it has wolves on these cards, right? On one of them. So this is about like you're becoming that wolf. You're being accepted into the pack of wolves. You are doing things that take you out of your comfort zone that a lot of people don't know what to do. And what I mean by that is, and that's been the theme for you Pisces the entire year, which is you are doing things that a lot of people don't normally do, and it makes you different in that regard. And then you have Awaken Your Magic. Self-explanatory, right? More spirituality, less conventional religion. No, nothing wrong with it. But you're doing things, like I said before, that is not necessarily orthodox, that a lot of people don't see. And because of this, a lot of you are in a position where you're proud of who it is that you're ultimately becoming, because you have immortal flight, and then you have summon the Grim Reaper, right? So basically, right, a lot of people going, ooh, right? But it's quite ironic that the two of them are right next to each other, because the Grim Reaper deals with like Capricorn energy, right? The harvesting, or the cutting short, right? The pausing of certain things. And then you have the immortal flight, and immortality represents the unending. So it's quite ironic that the two of these are right next to each other, because what it's saying is that for you, Pisces, it's saying that you are the ones that are going to build yourselves up, but you're being the Grim Reaper in the sense that you're cutting relationships short that are not serving you. So if it's something where it's like, in other words, if a person that you're meeting is like dysfunctional, lackadaisical, there's a sense of you, Pisces, training yourself. You're training those eyes. You're being able to become a lot smarter at identifying when someone is going to be worth your time and if they're not. And because you Pisces are training yourself to become even better at doing that, this puts it in a perspective, because now it's like you Pisces are going to waste even less time, because you're becoming much better accurately too. It's not about just cutting people off just for the sake of just letting them loose, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot, and potentially missing out on someone that's a good match for you. No, this is about you understanding a person's intent, and not just listening to the things that they're saying and watching what they're doing, but also there's another layer to that, which is to watch their intent, to be mindful of their intent, right? Because one of the things that a lot of and I'm going to use this again, but one of the things that these podcasts talk about, right? One of the things that they don't talk about, one of the things that they do talk about is they talk about the dynamics, right, of relationships, the false dynamics. But one of the things that they don't talk about that needs to be talked about is the intent of some of these people. They don't go too far. They don't go as far as they should. When it comes to relationships, part of the reason why the relationships are wild today and they are dysfunctional is because you have one side that is seeking to be a parasite, while the other side, unbeknownst to them, sometimes it is announced to them that they are the host. And it's this type of parasitic, malignant type of interaction, because this is a parasite. This one person seeks to be the parasite, and they intentionally do it. It even is displayed in long-term relationships, where it's like it's this discussion of intuition, and if intuition is real. Yes, intuition is real, but what they don't go far enough to say, which some starting to hear some people pop up and say now, is that they see it, it's just that they're deliberately ignoring it. And that is the part that a lot of these podcasts don't talk about. These people are playing stupid. They're playing when you go up to somebody and then they talk about, oh, they can't find anybody. They're playing stupid. They're lying. They don't really want a good relationship. How come I can't find a good person? And you Pisces will be right in front of their face. Excuse me. But then they want a good relationship, but then they so out of it, they don't know that you're standing right in front of them. Literally sometimes. Come on now. They lying. They're playing ignorant. They are ignorant. They're ignoring deliberately because they don't want to say, this is what I'm talking about, brass tacks. They don't want to say, I ain't ish. I'm garbage. I'm not supposed to be getting with you. Why? garbage. I'm garbage. I don't really want that. They don't have the integrity enough to be truthful to themselves for their own, to their own darkness. Look, I know this stuff is wrong, but I'm going to be 100 and say, you see the hyena over there? I like the hyenas because I'm a hyena too. They're not that truthful. A lot of people are not that truthful to say that. A lot of people act like they lions. Then when it's time to do lion stuff, oh, yo don't say. I don't say. I don't know. I don't know. Grown, hardback adults don't know. Then you have Gothic prayer and only love remains. How it is that you Pisces have taken care of yourselves this year, and that's not going to change anytime soon. You're going to continue to take care of yourself because you all you got. And that you have the then you have enchantment, which represents embracing who you are, what you are about, but you're not doing it moralistically. You're not doing it from a perspective of you're going with the conventional. Shame is what's pulling, shame is what manages your life. Somebody shames you, you in a religious group, even though the religious group is dysfunctional. A lot of these people are hypocrites in the religious group, so to speak. And then the next thing you know, you in one, but then they shaming you for maybe you Pisces do something spiritual. Maybe you meditate, right? Maybe you are religious, but you handle your business this way. You do this, you practice, you do this. The way that you choose to do things, they don't particularly like it, right? Even when it comes to dating, you approach people from this. You're looking for a real relationship. You don't want to be disappointed, especially at the very beginning. You understand that disappointments is something that's going to naturally occur, but not so easily and not so fast. The person, you just now getting to know the person and it's only been a week and the person is already disappointing you in a big way. It's time now for y'all to go hang out, and this is your first time hanging out with the person flaked already, and it's your first time with them. So the North Star, and the last two cards is the North Star and the Fantasy Forest, represents how the North Star, your own direction, your own compass, your own decisions that you've been making yourself. There's a sense of you Pisces becoming more self-reliant. And Fantasy Forest represents how, while at the same time looking for a significant other, but Fantasy Forest is kind of a play, because Fantasy Forest is kind of like how people will make it seem like that kind of loving relationship is not real, but it actually is. It's just that you got a bunch of downstairs individuals. So let's clarify the Fantasy Forest. Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Empress, and then you have the Six of Cups. That's what I'm talking about. Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles. They blew it with you. They blew their opportunity with you being stupid. And you're not, again, less shame. A lot of you Pisces, less ashamed of yourself. Not being able to be shamed, because the way that your mind is now, people don't like you because you're not trying to win this stupid popularity contest. You Pisces don't care. You're dating to actually get to know somebody. If the person doesn't like it, Eight of Cups and the Empress, they can go eat cabbages. And then the Six of Cups represents thanks. And then the Six of Cups represents, while at the same time they coming back. So on one hand, you're gonna meet a lot of people that are gonna admire you, but they're not. they're not high level enough to actually be with you, be in a relationship with you. It's one of those types of things where they admire that beauty and that freedom that you are striving to get and you are actually attaining, while at the same time envy it, and they can't stand that you're not doing something the regular safe thing. So it's a real big conundrum for them, but while it's quite simple for you. But that's it. Listen, I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100,000 subscribers. Please, if you like this video, please smash the subscribe button, smash that like button, leave a comment if you would, so please. Hit that notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And listen, there's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. It will redirect you to a website where you can get personal readings from me, birth chart readings, the books that I have that are on Amazon, as well as the merch, right? My clothing and everything like that. Buy my book, buy my tarot reading, right? My birth chart readings even. Buy my merch. You won't be disappointed, all right? Peace.